Welcome everybody, this is Angel Coughlin with Sacred Space Yoga Studio in downtown Statesboro. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about prenatal yoga. So I have lots of mamas that come to my mini yogi class, and several of them are planning to have another child or in the process of having another child. And so I would like to give you a little bit of a sequence to help you in that process. Now, we all know that if you've had a child before, if you've been pregnant before, we know that SI joint concerns are a big issue. We have sciatica pain, hip pain, joint pain. We have that water walk towards the end of pregnancy. And just because these issues are common doesn't mean that it is normal. So I would like to go through a series of postures that will target that SI joint, the iliopsoas muscle, the IT band, the hip flexors, the obturators internus, all of those muscles around that area that are going to alleviate some of those pains and aches of later pregnancy. But this sequence is also really good for fertility. So if you are in the process of trying to conceive, this sequence will also be really, really helpful for you. So at home, find yourself on a towel, a mat, a rug, somewhere nice and comfortable that you can be in. If you have a bolster, wonderful. If not, some really nice pillows will be good. Some nice pillows or a rolled up blanket will do well. I'm going to start on this side so that I can face you. And just for the sake of a short video, I will only do it on one side, and I will only do it for about 3 to 5 breaths. At home, feel free to start at 5 breaths and continue to increase the amount of time that you spend in each posture, up to 10 breaths, a minute, 2 minutes. These are really postures that you can really sit into and do for as long as you're comfortable. So to begin, we'll allow our hips to come down. We'll slide our feet back. The front leg, allow that foot to touch the front of the thigh of the back leg. That back foot reaches back towards your tushy. Feet placement is really important here so that we can open through the front of that hip. You can bring your hand to your hip. You can sit up tall using the bolster or the blankets. And here we're going to pick up our tushy and bring it up, rotating the hip forward and bring it back. Rotate our tushy forward and back. And this is rotating our hip forward and back. You're going to feel that opening to the front of the thigh, maybe even in the pubic area here. We'll do that a couple of times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And on the exhale, really drive that back tushy down towards the mat. It may not touch, and that's okay. It's the direction towards which we're going. Breathe here a few breaths, sitting nice and tall. Now here's the variation between pre-pregnancy and during pregnancy. So if you're trying to get pregnant for fertility, you're going to bring that heel really close to the pelvic area. You want that pressure of your heel against that pelvic area to really increase the circulation there, to get things moving, to get all of those organs stimulated. If you are already pregnant, especially later in pregnancy when we have a beautiful rounded belly, it's not going to be comfortable. So later in pregnancy, we want to move that foot out so it's farther away, and we can create this beautiful nestle for belly. That back leg extends, and we're going to rotate forward towards that bolster. Pick up your toes so that you can create that nice line on that leg. And then you can let your toes down. If you find yourself like this, really rotated out of that hip, you can take a block or another blanket or pillow and place it under your opposite hip so that we can have a hips nice and even here. You can use your bolster to keep you nice and tall. Inhale, and on the exhale, you can release onto your bolster. And then you can stay here. If this is nice and comfortable, you can release a little lower. Again, remember, if you're going for fertility, you want that heel sitting right there in your pelvic area. And you feel the pressure. You'll breathe here again, 5 to 10 breaths to begin with, increasing the time as you get comfortable in the posture. On an inhale, press into your hands, rise on up. We're going to roll over and sit onto our bottoms. So we're already in this open position. You can bring your heel in if it wasn't already there. Sit up tall. We're going to move into a gentle twist. During pregnancy, we always twist gently and open. We never twist our body closed. We want to keep baby safe. So we're going to inhale, grow tall, exhale, lean towards our toes. If you reach your toes, you can yogi lock your toes. Otherwise, you can keep your hand at your shin and open up towards the ceiling. Your back hand, you have that bolster there, so you can lift up towards the bolster, the blankets or the pillow, and open up. Keeping the spine tall, the chest open, continuing to breathe. Inhale. This might feel really, really good, especially if baby is nice and high. This is going to bring some space, give you some room to breathe. And finally, we'll come back to center. We'll take one last posture. That leg that was folded, it's going to be our bottom leg. Here, this really depends on how open your hips are. During pregnancy, you release a hormone called relaxin. This gets into your ligaments and it really makes you extra flexible. So if you notice that you've never been flexible, but during pregnancy you really are extra stretchy, this is why. Be very mindful here. Just because you're extra flexible doesn't mean that you should give in to that flexibility. We want to keep you safe. So take the modification that best serves you. Here, we're coming into fire log. The leg that's already bent, keep it on the bottom. The other leg we're going to bring on top. You're going to stack ankle over knee, knee over ankle. If this top knee is floating, is really high and tall like mine is, you can bring that blanket or something on top to give it a little stability. When you inhale, if this is not enough, you can always fold on the exhale. If this is too much, you can bring that foot in front, stacking the logs one in front of the other. There'll be a triangular shape in between where your belly will fit. It's amazing how our body makes these beautiful shapes. Another option as well is keeping that bottom leg planted and take the other leg, ankle over the knee. Prop yourself up nice and tall. I'll turn to the side so you can see. And take a seated figure four. Inhale, breathe, press into your sternum, nice and tall. Exhaling into that posture. So whatever variation you're in, figure four, log in front, or log on top, and fold it. Breathe. You're really going to feel it through the sides of your hips here. Inhale, coming up. Again, taking your breaths here. Release your knees. And then you'll go to the other side, starting with hip rolls, pigeon, coming back into your twist, and log on the other side. So that's just a short SI joint series to really release through your low back, your sciatica pain, opening through the hips. Again, it's really good for fertility, for pregnancy, especially later on as you are preparing for the birth of your little one. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email. We are Sacred Space. You can find us on the web, Instagram, and Facebook at Sacred Space Yogi. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope it's been helpful. Namaste.